Happy Saturday, everybody! So tonight, I get to go see the new Avengers movie. You see my shirt? Incredible Hulk. The reason why I chose this shirt when I bought it in Vegas was actually because of a couple of coworkers who bought me a little bobblehead. It was like a mini Hulk. And they gave it to me for going away because I left the branch and I went to another branch, and it was one of those parting gifts. Anyways, I thought, why get me a Hulk? And they've always said that when I get angry, I turn into the Hulk. So I may not get angry very much, but when I do get angry, I guess people stay out of the way. And I love you too, Patrick. So I've always kind of assumed the role of the Hulk, knowing that I do have a temper when I want one. But, in the same breath, I don't have to be the Hulk all the time. And I can choose when I get angry and how I get angry. Anyway, so for those of you who are seeing the movie, The Avengers, let me know if you're going to be seeing it tonight or this weekend. Tell me which of the Avengers you like the best. Just put in the comments. And for those of you who want to hear this live and like to hear this live, give me a bunch of love hearts. So today, I wanted to talk about not so much the Hulk, but, essentially about battles. And so I learned, and as you can, if you remember from my last live, I was divorced. But in that process of getting to know myself and learning about myself, I realized that I can't fight every battle. And, I think I learned that, obviously, the hard way because, of course, in my previous relationship, I felt like he picked every battle. And so going into other relationships after that, I feel like I've learned how to choose my battles. And I'm not trying to lump all us women into one, but I'm going to, just for the sake of illustrating what I mean. So how many of us women, it may be men, I don't know, but how many of us get upset over things like, well, for instance, I'm going to show you. This is my bed, okay? So you can see behind me, it's not very neat looking. There's one side that's pretty flat. That's the side I sleep in. But if you look at that side, there's a big lump under there. You know what that lump is? It's a blanket. So me and Darren each have our own blankets, just because it's better that way, so we're not fighting over blankets. But when we're done sleeping, I like to make the bed, right? But you know what? I could be that person who will get angry every time he doesn't make the bed. But if you think about it, that's my problem, isn't it? It's not like it's against the law that your bed doesn't need to be made. But it's ultimately my choice that I want the bed to be made. That's just something that I like. But it's not necessarily something he likes. In fact, when I met him, he never made his bed. And that could drive me crazy. In fact, some people would find things like that deal breakers. And that's one of the things that's not as important to me. Obviously, wouldn't be a deal breaker, obviously, because I married him. But that's just an example of a battle that a lot of us tend to fight. Instead of dealing with the small, I guess, inconveniences, because that's what they are. They're inconveniences. He doesn't like this and I do, or she likes this and I don't. We tend to fight it, and we might even add up all these little battles into one big fight, and it erupts into something a lot bigger. And so what I've learned was these small things that I obviously appreciate, like making the bed, turning out the light when you leave a room, doing the laundry on time. Those are things that I choose, okay? And so if you're in a relationship and the other person just doesn't have the same passions about those kind of things, you may choose these battles. But you know what? Let's not even limit it to relationships. Let's bring it out into everyday life. Okay, so I work in the service industry, and I may choose to let a customer who's been very rude, disrespectful to me, because they feel like it's their right, I can let that small battle tear me apart inside. And I may let that make me want to quit my job. Or even worse, make me feel bad about myself. And some of us do that. Some of us do that to ourselves. And you can't let that happen. You can't let the little wars, I guess, make you feel defeated in the big battle. And so the title of this live is You Can't Win Every Battle. So you can't win everything that's a fight out there. You can't, right? You simply can't. But you may be able to win every battle you feel like you're going to win. And so the battle, when it comes to making the bed, is the battle inside of me. It's not a battle with Darren. It's a battle inside of me to deal with the fact that he's who he is, and that's why I love him, and that's why I chose him. He's who he is, and I'm who I am. So the compromise is this. I deal with his lump on the bed, but as long as I get to cover the whole bed and kind of make it somewhat made, that is the compromise. And so you can apply this to friends, you can apply this to relationships, you can apply this to your children. You don't have to lose every battle. Even position it to them. Maybe they'll understand, right? And so, even to leverage off of that, you teach your children that not everything's wrong in the world because you feel it's wrong, right? It's not wrong to not want to make the bed. And it may drive you crazy, but it's not wrong. It's just how you like it. So you learn to compromise, right? You learn to compromise. Well, you know what? If you make your bed, I don't know how else you would do it with kids because I don't have kids, right? But it's something that you want, right? It's something that you feel is important. And maybe it's important for kids to learn how to clean up their own room. That's fine. That's your choice, right? Think as to why you would want them to clean up their own room, though. Is it for you? Or is it for them? And if it is for them, really think about, well, what would they understand? What would they understand so that I can explain to them why it's important to clean their room? You may not even think of the answer. I can't even think of the answer, to be honest. It's just something you like, right? And so, for those of you dealing with inside issues, maybe relationships that are hard, you can't win every battle. You can't choose every battle. You're going to kill yourself doing that. Maybe win the battles that you feel you can deal with, that you don't mind fighting. And the really big battles that really matter, those are the issues you need to focus on. I can't tell you what they are, but there are some deal breakers out there that you might want to focus on. Those are the things you should be looking at, okay? And so that is all I had to say. Kind of wanted to talk about the movie, but I haven't watched it yet. We're seeing it really late tonight. But if you can relate, please give me a bunch of love hearts. I'd love to hear some of the battles you fight or don't want to fight anymore. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great weekend. And hey, Patrick. Oh, you usually win the battles, hey? I believe you. Anyways, we will talk to you later. Have a great weekend. Bye.